10 places to visit in Morocco. Morocco's top tourist attractions range from the Grand Roman ruins to orange-toned mud brick Kabash architecture, which makes it one of North Africa's most interesting historic destinations. Head out of the cities, and a Moroccan trip becomes an adventure into some of the region's most dramatic scenery. The craggy heights of the Atlas Mountains cut through the center of Morocco and are prime territory for trekking and other outdoor activities. While for those willing to make the long journey out east, sleeping amid the towering sand dunes of the Sahara remains one of the country's top things to do. Number 10. Tangier. The most European of all of Morocco's cities, Tangier is a major port city with regular ferry connections with Spain. This means it is often a traveler's first taste of Morocco. Tangier has a fascinating and slightly debauched role in mid-20th century literary history, and this past is what draws many tourists here. Tangier may have been scrubbed up since their day, with the bohemian cafes and lounge bars long gone, but you can still catch a whiff of the decadent days gone by. This gateway to Africa, with its historic tangle of streets and magical literary past, has plenty to see and do. Number 9. Rabat. Steeped in the styles of the Moors and Spanish, Rabat not only boasts of some of the best museums and art galleries in the country, check out the National Archaeological Museum and the Modern Art Museum, but also a prime location on the edge of the Atlantic. Hit the lively corniche that weaves along the shore or see the sparkling beach that lurks beneath the tower of the great Almohaden Citadel. The earthy Berber heart of Rabat is really the place to be though. Named Odayas Kashba, it's here that you'll find much photographed alleyways of blue and white homes, winding and weaving up and down stairs, through hidden squares, and down towards the historic Medina center. Number 8. Asila. You could be forgiven for thinking that you were traveling beneath the whitewashed cubist villages of the Greek Aegean Islands, not a coastal town on the far reaches of North Africa, when roaming between the sun-baked promenade and the glowing interior alleyways of pretty Asila. An artsy, creative place, the town shares its draws between the enticing little independent craft galleries that pepper the center and the run of dune-backed beaches that extend to the north and south, a surfer's dream. One disclaimer, Asila can often get busy during the height of the season. Not only is it popular with locals coming from the capital, but it's the first real resort you'll meet coming south from the Spanish ferries of Tangier. Number 7. Essaouira. Morocco's most charming seaside town is laid-back Essaouira, which became one of the country's major hippie hangouts during the 1970s. Today, a hint of this bohemian past hangs on, and the town is one of Morocco's artistic centers with a thriving local art scene. For visitors, Essaouria's seafront Medina, encased within fortified walls, is the main attraction. Its twisty lanes are home to tiny art galleries, boutiques, and a bustling contemporary cafe and restaurant scene, as well as traditional souk shopping. For those seeking more active sightseeing, there are also great walks along the beach to outlying villages and surfing along the beach. Number 6. Chefcha Owen. Sitting snug amid the lush Rift Mountains, Chefcha Owen is a labyrinth hill town of blue-on-blue buildings that has incredibly photogenic glow. There isn't much actual sightseeing to be done, and that's one of the town's main attractions. A visit here is simply about wandering the Medina alleys and lapping up all the colorful architecture. It's a peaceful, easygoing town, and a great place to recharge for a while if you've been spending a lot of time amid the cities of Fez and Marrakech beforehand. This is also one of Morocco's main hiking and trekking destinations, and a starting point and organization center for Rift Mountain walks. Number 5. Meknes. Often referred to by its official UNESCO name, the historic city of Meknes. This stopover on the routes from Rabat on the coast to Fez under the rises of the Atlas Mountains is a great place to wander at the country's fusion of Spanish and Moorish styles. Raised to greatness by the Sultan Moulay Ismail during the 18th century, it's got an enchanting Medina that starts with the crenulations and motifs of the great Bab el-Kehiz Gate and ends with elegant filigrees and inlays of the Dar el-Maskan Royal Palace. Of course, there's also a traditional souk here, even if it's much smaller than the one at Fez and Marrakech, along with more spice-scented tangine houses that you can shake a dried apricot at. Number 4. Fez. Fez is all the treats and draws you'd expect of a 1,200-year-old Maghreb city. There's Fez El Bali, the historic heart of the place, where a labyrinth of lanes and staircases and squares coalesce between multicolored tanneries and abode cottages. Then there's the elegant boulevards of Ville Nouvelle. Here, the French worked to create beautiful palm-peppered avenues and babbling fountains, opulent hotels, and Parisian-flavored streets. So, move between the spice-packed souks and the fabled madrasas, and try to get a feel for the real Morocco here. Number 3. High Atlas. The High Atlas is a mountain range that runs from the coast of Morocco towards Allergia. The range includes Tobkau National Park, which contains Morocco's highest peak, Bel Tobkau. The Berber village Imlil is a good place to start the climb of Tobkau. The tallest mountain range in North Africa, the High Atlas offers outdoor recreation opportunities year-round, from snow sports in the winter to hiking in the summer. One of the most popular places to visit in Morocco is the Tadra Gorge in the eastern part of the High Atlas, near the town of Tinarhir. Both the Tadra and neighboring Dadi's rivers have carved out steep cliffside canyons through the mountains. The last 600 meters of the Tadra Gorge are the most spectacular. On the edge of the High Atlas Mountains is Ait Benahadu, a traditional mud brick city that has appeared in many movies including Lawrence of Arabia and Gladiator. Number 2. Casablanca. Known to many as the namesake and setting of Michael Curtis's 1942 magnum opus, the port city of Casablanca still reigns as the country's largest and the largest in the entire region of the Maghreb besides. Booming forth onto the Atlantic coast midway between Rabat and El Jadida, it's laden with row upon row of elegant Moresque architecture, a unique fusion of the Arabesque and the Parisian that's seen on every roundabout and public square. There's a small Medina area, but the modern draws are of a different, more colossal character. The great King Hassan II Mosque, the winding Corniche, peppered with super clubs and chic hotels, the endless Morocco Mall, the second biggest shopping center on the continent. Number 1. Marrakech. Marrakech, the quintessential Medina town of the Moroccan Maghreb, the one-time piece of resistance in the crown of the Almoravid dynasty. It sits sparkling in hues of ochre and beige stone beneath the scintillating tips of the Atlas Mountains. At its heart is the colossal Jama El Finna Square, the busiest in Africa and the hub of a great bazaar where everything from hand-woven carpets mingle with shisha pipes and swinging golden lanterns. Meanwhile, the Medina also bursts with Arab-esque riad homes, their courtyards hiding mint-scented tea houses or some of the tastiest tangines you'll ever discover. And that's not even mentioning the royal and Bahia palaces, a leftover from the sultans and the viziers that ruled these lands.